Hello my friends and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am working on my patchwork poetry quilt. I have all my rows completed. Now all I have to do is assemble it, and I did have several people comment what they thought it was, and they were correct. This is the exploding heart pattern. But yes, so that's what I'm working on today. I want to get this completely assembled so I can get it to the long arm. And by the time you see this, it will have already gone to the long arm. So let me just show you what I do have right now. I have them separated even and odd numbers. I have the number clipped onto it, what row it is. This is what I currently have put together. That's upside down. But this is currently what I have put together. Let me see if I can get it up for you. So you can see where the top of the heart is taking shape right there. But that is what I have done so far. Yes, I have been working on this almost daily, along with some other things that y'all will have already seen when you see this video. So what I'm doing, I'm just folding this up and laying it over here out of the way so I can assemble my block or my rows here. Now I am pulling my pattern out just to make sure that I'm putting them in the correct direction, which I have them labeled, so I shouldn't mess up on it. We'll see if I can do it without pinning. What I need to do is grab my 2 rows and drop them down below me right here. Find the pins. Now I only pinned 2 of the seams together, so we're going to see if I can do this without pinning. I may be able to do this without pinning. So I do know pinning does take a lot of time. I want to see if I can pull that down just a little bit. Make sure we're lined up. Now all my points may not meet up because I'm not pinning them together, but I am making sure they nest. And what I'm going to do is get my strips put together first and then attach these to the other unit that I already have completed. my goal is to be able to have this assembled tomorrow so I can take it to the long arm. I don't know if I'm going to have it done though. I have quite a good bit of stuff I need to do this weekend. I mean Saturday for sure. This is Thursday night. Saturday for sure I can have this done into the long arm. But I don't know if I'll be able to have it done by Friday because I have some things I have to do tomorrow. And it does not entail me going to the fabric store, the quilt store. But I will be going to a place that costs me just as much money as the quilt store does. I will be going for an eye appointment that I've already had. We're just going to see if we can dial in my glasses because I am still not able to see out of them. And actually, it is pretty late. So, what I may do is I may bring you guys back tomorrow and finish this because it is pretty late and my husband is in. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, and what is a YouTube second is the next day for me. So, I am back. Had to take a little rest there. And I am piecing my exploding heart. Someone had guessed it. And what I'm trying to do is just get my rows put together. And once I get all my rows put together, I will start pressing. But right now, I just need to get it on here and get it going. And what I'm doing is I'm not pinning. I'm just nesting my seam and holding it. Hi, friends. I'm going to come in right here and let you know that you will notice at this point you can no longer hear my machine running. It was way too loud on the recording, so you couldn't even hear me talking at some points. So I'm just letting you know you will no longer hear the machine. And while I'm sewing, I will start putting music over the machine area. So I'm hoping this isn't too distracting. Thank you guys. So this quilt will already be at the long arm. I may even have, no, I won't have it back. That's being too lofty of a goal there. Because I know Miss Dee Dee got quite a few quilts that she gets in. But, guys, I'm going to tell y'all this morning I made a visit to my aunt before I had my eye appointment. Nothing major with my eye appointment. We just got to get the vision line straightened out on my glasses. And y'all, my machine sounded like I need to oil it today. I need to clean it. I didn't clean it when I just sit down. But my aunt gave me an antique. I'm calling it antique because it's what it is. Vintage antique quilting notion. She called it that. And I went and saw her. She's like, I bet I have a quilting notion that you don't have. And I completely forgot about this. Now, I am going to do some research on it and I'm going to see if I can't find some stuff on it. But it's my grandmother's, and it's no telling, it could have been her mother's even. But it's a cotton, I call it a cotton comber because it looks like two big hairbrushes that you put together and you pull the cotton thread. Now, my aunt was telling me a story about it. She said that my grandmother, um, I guess when she was younger, because my granddaddy, he was a cotton farmer, and they would always take the cotton to the gin to sell. And she was said that when you carried the cotton and it was processed, you'd get a sample of your cotton to take it to the people that, the buyers. So you could show them a sample of your cotton. So she said my grandmother had all these cotton samples, and that's how she made her quilt batting. She was telling me that she would take those cotton samples and that cotton comber, and she would comb out the cotton, and she'd have an old Sears and Roebuck catalog, and she'd have a page down and do her cotton batting, and then she'd do another page. And so I'm guessing like she had the catalog and was flipping through it, maybe, I don't know, and like putting her cotton batting squares in between the pages. I'm not really sure. I don't really understand because I never saw my grandmother do it. So I'll have to talk to her when I have more time. I only had 15 minutes this morning when I stopped by to see her before I had to leave for my appointment. So, but I thought that was just the neatest thing because I've always been enamored by all my grandmother's crafting things that she had. And the things that we have now, I mean, I'm just like, my grandmother did this and didn't have any of this stuff. My grandmother quilted and didn't have these fancy machines that does all this. She had her hands. She did some fabulous I will bring the quilt that she made for me. They're called, well, she called it our wedding quilt, but I didn't get it when I got married. But I think that was the goal, was to give all of us a quilt when we got married. And she gave me mine while I was in college. Okay. So now on to row 11. And what I'm going to do is just pull this all right back down here. Open this up. Get my 11th row here. Oh, I can tell. I'm going to have to roll this for sure when I get it done. I'm going to have to get my little lint roller out. Because this black picks up all the kitty cat hair, and because I do have a cat in my sewing, my kitty cat does come in here. And he sleeps under my little ironing board that I have over here. And now I know I'm not talking a lot, but I'm focused on getting this thing done. I want to get it done today. That way I can get it to the long arm. And I know I've already said that. But the reasoning I want to get it to the long arm is because this quilt is in a sew along that our deadline is the 22nd of May. Well, I don't want it to take too long for the quilting, and I know she may have a 2 or 3 week turnaround right now on quilts because I know when I go in there, she's always got a quilt on her long arm. And mainly because I just want to go there today. Maybe I can get this done and I can talk my husband and, if we go have lunch. We can take this and we can go have a bite of lunch. That would be fun. But I already have another project that I'm cutting out too as well. And y'all, to tell you how fast this is going, I'm already on um, row 11 and I have 7 more rows to go. So this may be a fairly short video. I will, if I'm not talking, I may try to speed it up so you don't have to listen to silence. But you can hear my machine going. And to think of it, I don't think I've put any music on any of my videos here recently. I've kind of let the sewing machine be your music. Because I love to hear a sewing machine. I'm hoping everything is coming together nice here. I do see a few little not matchups, but nothing to where you can't tell what the gist of. Just like that, we're on to strip number 2. And yeah, I'm going to have to get to making or designing my quilt label for this book. Because this isn't going to be one I make myself. I'm going to order this quilt label because I am going to design it. It is going to have a photograph on it. So that may take a while to come in. I'm hoping I get it before my quilt is done. So when my quilt is done and I bring it home to put my binding on it, that I can sew in my label. I'm not real sure what the look of the quilt is turning out to be. I'm not even watching that yet. I'm probably going to be just as surprised as everyone else. I'll see it at the same time y'all do, even though it's right here on my lap. That does not mean that I know what it's looking like, because I'm not looking at the finished product out here. I'm watching a 1/4 inch line here. Just like that, right? Well done now. And I must say, putting these rows together is coming together a lot easier than I anticipated. As I'm piecing this together, I'm trying to see if I have any of the two light fabrics coming together, and I just really can't tell. So once I get this put together, we'll all see at the same time what's going on. The heaviness of the quilt is pulling. So I know when I bunch it up, you can't see what's going on, but I can't sew. Unfortunately, that's why I'm pulling it in the back, is to try to keep it on that 1/4 inch all the way. Because when you start getting a lot of weight on it, it starts pulling in all directions. And normally the heaviest side wins. And we don't want it to pull. So guys, we are now done with the quilt. I am going to cut my I'm going to cut my machine off. Ooh, so let's take a look. Oops, I'm knocking stuff off now. One moment and I'll have it held up. So here is the Patchwork Poetry quilt. Let me see if I can pull it up so y'all can see how that center turned out. So guys, this turned out really nice. I'm really excited about it. But I'm really excited about this quilt. I'm so happy it's done. I will take a picture of it on my hanging bar so you can see the full quilt. But I'm going to press, and because it took me about an hour and 30 minutes to do all of that, so now I'm pressing. I'll take a photo and put it at the end of the video. So I am going to end it here. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.